What's going on, Arsenal fans? A quick review of the match between Sporting CP versus Arsenal in the Champions League. The match ended Sporting CP 0, Arsenal 1. After the two losses, after we lost those two games in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, this was not a vintage performance, but it was a very good result. It's not only about the result, but it also lift the team spirit and build our confidence going into the rest of the season. Remember, we have the game against Bournemouth on Saturday. It's going to be a tricky game as well. We are 9 points right now ahead of Manchester City, but we need to keep stacking our points, and we play before them. They play on Sunday, they play Chelsea. So if we can get that win, we go 12 points. It will put a lot of pressure on them. If they drop another point, well, that's it. You know what I mean? We keep stacking the points. So when we meet on the 18th or 16th of this month in the Premier League, we'll be in a very good position to even draw that game, just get a point, and we move on and still go on and win the Premier League. But that's another day. That's a video for another day. Let's get back to the Champions League game. Let's be real. We actually like stole the that game from Sporting CP because it was a tough game. Sporting CP came out. They were playing really fast. The first 10 minutes, they attack. They get the ball from Ahejo. Due to a mistake by Ben White, he was in position well. That hits the crossbar. You know what I mean? And inside the first 10 minutes, they already hit a crossbar. I was like, oh, After that, I was like, it's going to be a long night for us. You know what I mean? And we just look off. The first 10, 15 minutes. Passing wasn't sharp, no real control in the midfield, and we couldn't deal with their energy in that first few minutes. It felt like they wanted it more, you know, in that first half than us. They were all over us the first 10, 15 minutes. But as the game goes on, we tend to come into the game, start, the good thing about that, we restricted them from scoring. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when we play like that, teams just keep coming at us and they get a goal. So that was a very good thing. Like the midfield and the defense in general, they play really well. All credits to them. They played really well in that first 10, 15 minutes and throughout the game as well. The press caused us some problem all over the game. Meanwhile, we barely created anything clear cut. Those games where you're watching and you just waiting for something to click. Yeah, that's never really happened in the first half. Even though it seems like we possess a lot of the ball. I think we have 51 or 52 percent of the first half possession, but there was nothing much to write home about. Second half it was I was expecting a response from Arsenal. Did we get one? Not really. If anything, Sporting still looked the more dangerous team. And let's talk about that disallowed goal for a second. For a moment, I thought, okay, Zubimendi, get that goal, but it was ruled off because it was an offside. Here we go, we're breaking through, but VR say no goal, so it wasn't a goal. And after that, it just felt like one of those nights that is going to be a long night, and I guess we actually go over there to just get a draw or something. Like I said, before the game, my preview for this game, I thought we just going over there to get a draw or a positive result, which this is a very positive one because we take a lead, in the first half and at home. And remember, they've played their last 17, they've won 17 of their last 17 games in that stadium prior to this game. So it was a really tough game, but at least we handled it, and also it helped us to build up the team spirit, you know. Because let's be honest, we were riding our luck, you know what I mean? And David Gaya, I'm telling you, I was thinking like Ramsdale was this and that, you know. I thought it was a very, um, you know, unfair to Ramsdale. But now looking at it, I think, you know, Ateta made a very good decision to let Ramsdale go, and like, you know, he get Raya, because without him we would have lost the game. Because what about the first brilliant save that he saved? The ball hits the post and, you know, went out, and also that header from, I don't even remember that their number 10, his name, you know. Um, Simple as that. Raya saves us a lot, you know. Calm under pressure, kept us alive when we had no control. This is what top goalkeeper do, you know, in Europe and in the world as well. When your team isn't playing well, they step up. And tonight, he absolutely did, you know what I mean? A moment of Kai Havertz magic, you know. He came in the second half, a brilliant cross from Martinelli, you know, that led to that beautiful goal. And Kai Havertz, cold, ice cold, slotting goal, a 1-0 to Arsenal. I literally jump out of my seat. I was in my bed because we did not deserve that. I think we deserve it, but you know, the way we played, you know, throughout the game, to the to that point, I didn't think we were gonna win it, but you know, at the end of the day, that's we did. So it was a brilliant goal, and this is why big team win knockout game. You don't always dominate. You know, sometimes you don't dominate, but you just play and just keep yourself in the game. And like, you know, David Raya did, you just need one moment. And I think Havertz, you know, he's becoming that guy in big moments, in big games. I think he played really well in big games anyway. My overall thought is like, you know, look, let's be honest, as fans, this wasn't a smash and grab. Sporting, we are better for a large part of the game, but we stayed in it and we defended when it mattered, and we took our chances. That's really what really happened, you know. Maturity, that's growth, and a few seasons ago we've lost this game. Now we win it, so it's kind of like, you know, I think we're really growing, you know. Massive results going into the second leg. Before that, yeah, that brilliant goal by you know, David Raya. I mean, I say David Raya, Kai Havertz, and also David Raya won the man of the match for his brilliant saves in that game as well. You know what I mean? So, Sporting showed they can hurt us, and we need to be much better at home next week. You know, I think we'll be really better with the fans, and you know, at home we play better than anywhere else. So I think we'll be very good at home, and next week we get that job done. Let me know your comment. Did we deserve that win, and who was your man of the match? For me, it was David Raya, and I'm going to do a quick player ratings. You know what I mean? David Raya, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Kai Havertz, 8 out of 10. Martinelli 8 as well for his assist. William Saliba 8. Gabriel Magalhaes, I'll give him an 8. Ben White, I'll give him a 5. He did a he's still like struggling, but he hasn't get to his form yet. Calafiori, I'll give him a 7. Declan Rice, I'll give him a 8. Odegaard, I'll give him a 7. He's still struggling. You know, he's still recovering from the injury. Zubimendi also, I'll give him a 6. Madueke, I'll give him a 7. Eucharist, average. He tried, but he didn't do anything better, so I would say 6. Trossard, I will give him a 6. The substitute, Martinelli, I already gave him an 8. Havertz, 8. Max Doman, I'll give him a 7. He also did some, you know, shaky here and there. So Please like, subscribe, and also turn on your notifications whenever I drop a new video. You'll be the first person to get it. Let's go, Gunners.